Introduction. International Women's Day, IWD, is celebrated on the 8th of March every year. This day is dedicated to celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women and to raise awareness about the challenges they face. The theme for International Women's Day 2023 is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. In this script, we will explore the significance of International Women's Day 2023 and the role of women in leadership. Section 1. History of International Women's Day. The first International Women's Day was celebrated in 1911 when more than 1 million people rallied in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland to demand women's right to vote, work, and hold public office. Since then, International Women's Day has grown in popularity and significance and is now celebrated in countries all over the world. Section 2. The significance of International Women's Day 2023. The theme for International Women's Day 2023 is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. This theme recognizes the vital role that women play in society and the unique challenges they have faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic has disproportionately affected women, especially those in low-paid and precarious jobs, and has highlighted the need for women to have access to quality healthcare, education, and social protection. Section 3. The role of women in leadership. Women have historically been underrepresented in leadership positions, whether in politics, business, or other fields. However, in recent years, we have seen more women breaking through the glass ceiling and rising to leadership roles. Women leaders bring a unique perspective to their roles, often placing a greater emphasis on collaboration, empathy, and community building. Research has also shown that companies with more women in leadership positions tend to perform better financially. Section 4. Challenges faced by women in leadership. Despite the progress that has been made, women in leadership still face significant challenges. Women often have to work harder than men to prove themselves and are subjected to bias and discrimination. Women of color face even greater challenges, as they are often subject to intersectional discrimination based on both gender and race. Symbol. The symbol for International Women's Day is a purple-colored icon representing Venus, the Roman goddess of beauty, which is often depicted with a mirror. The symbol is intended to represent the diverse women of the world and their beauty, while the mirror represents the reflection on the progress made towards gender equality and the work that remains to be done. The color purple is also significant as it is associated with justice and dignity. The women's movement has a long and complex history, with significant achievements made over the years. Here are some of the most significant achievements of women's movements. Women's suffrage. One of the most significant achievements of the women's movement was gaining the right to vote. Women fought for this right for many years, and it was finally achieved in various countries around the world in the 20th century. Reproductive rights. Women's movements have fought for the right to access safe and legal abortion, birth control, and other reproductive health services. These rights have been established in some countries, while others still struggle to achieve them. Workplace equality. Women's movements have fought for equal pay, equal opportunities for employment and advancement, and protection from workplace discrimination and harassment. Education. Women's movements have fought for access to education and the right to attend universities and receive the same education as men. Domestic violence and sexual assault. Women's movements have worked to raise awareness about domestic violence and sexual assault, and to establish laws and support systems to protect victims and punish perpetrators. Political representation. Women's movements have fought for greater representation in politics and government, including positions of leadership and decision-making power. LGBTQ rights. Women's movements have also fought for the rights of LGBTQ individuals, including the right to marry, adopt children, and be protected from discrimination. Cultural and social change. Women's movements have worked to challenge and change traditional gender roles, stereotypes, and norms, and to promote gender equality in all areas of life. These are just some of the significant achievements of women's movements over the years. However, there is still a long way to go in the fight for gender equality, and women's movements continue to work towards a more equitable and just society. There are a variety of challenges that women face today, both globally and within specific regions or cultures. Here are some of the biggest challenges that women currently face. Gender inequality. Women still face discrimination and unequal treatment in many areas of life, such as employment, education, and politics. Violence against women. Women are often targets of physical, sexual, and emotional violence, including domestic violence, sexual assault, and harassment. Lack of access to healthcare. Women often have less access to healthcare services than men, including reproductive healthcare. Economic disadvantages. Women are often paid less than men for similar work, and are more likely to experience poverty. Lack of representation. Women are underrepresented in leadership positions in many areas, including politics, business, and academia. Discrimination based on race, ethnicity, or religion. Women who belong to minority groups may face additional challenges due to discrimination based on their identity. Cultural and social norms. Women may face pressure to conform to traditional gender roles and face social stigmatization for challenging these norms. Lack of access to education. Girls in many parts of the world face barriers to accessing education, which limits their opportunities for personal and professional growth. Conclusion. International Women's Day 2023 is an opportunity to celebrate the achievements of women and to recognize the challenges they face. The theme of Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World, highlights the importance of women in leadership and the need for greater gender equality. As we move forward, it is essential to continue working towards a world where women have equal opportunities and are represented in all spheres of society.